I'm Bruce Matson, and here are 5 risky tight ends to sell in Dynasty Fantasy Football. Let's get into it, and let's get to it. Our first tight end today is Dalton Schultz of the Dallas Cowboys. He's being drafted as the 107th player overall and the tight end 11 in startup drafts. This season, he had an 18.62% target share and averaged 44 air yards per game. This offseason, he's going to be a free agent, and things are going to be very interesting. Tony Pollard is expected to be a major candidate to catch the franchise tag this year, and Dalton Schultz might be going to another team, which could be an interesting thing to watch on the free agent market this offseason. That being said, his long-term player value is in flux right now. He needs volume to be productive, and if he goes to the wrong situation, that could get a little sketchy. Going to the dynastyfootball.com trade analyzer in 1QB leagues, he's being valued as a late second-round rookie pick. And players in his range that you could shoot for in trades is Ezekiel Elliott, Kadarius Toney, and Elijah Moore. He holds more value in tight end premium leagues as he's being valued as a late first, and players to shoot for in that range: Gabe Davis, Calvin Ridley, and A.J. Dillon. Another tight end to look at here to possibly trade in Dynasty Fantasy Football, and this guy's a little bit older, and his situation is changing vastly, is Darren Waller of the Raiders. Right now, he's being drafted as the 95th player off the board, and the tight end 8 in startup drafts. He's 30 years old, so he's getting up there in age, and things are changing with Derek Carr leaving. We don't know what this offense is looking like. He hasn't been productive since 2020, played in just 8 games this season. Injuries have been a major factor, but this offense is transitioning. We don't know what the volume's going to look like. We don't know what the targets are going to look like, and he's still holding some value on the trade market. But looking at the DLF trade analyzer in 1QB leagues, it's still being valued as an early second-round rookie pick, and players to trade for in this range: Tyler Algier, James Cook, so you can get out right now while the getting's good still. In tight end premium, he's being valued as an early second-round rookie pick, and players to look at: David Montgomery, Isaiah Pacheco, Brian Robinson. So you can still get out right now if you're skeptical of what's about to happen this offseason to Darren Waller. This next tight end's in a good situation, but the volume hasn't been coming his way. He has shown some production, but the value's there where you can really sell out, and that's Dawson Knox of the Buffalo Bills. He's being drafted as the 120th player off the board in the tight end 12. This season, he had 5 double-digit fantasy performances, but Josh Allen only targets the tight end on 13.6% of his passes, and then on 82.4% of his pass attempts go to the running backs and wide receivers, because we all know Josh Allen likes to sling it downfield, and then if it's not downfield, he'll go to the running backs, which leaves them tight ends left hungry, wanting more targets. So that is affecting Dawson Knox's numbers. So the volume's not there, it's not steady, it's not consistent, and he's holding some value in startup drafts from the DLF trading analyzer in 1QB leagues. Right now he's being valued as a mid-third, and then players that you can trade him for right now due to the trade analyzer: Elijah Mitchell, Tyler Boyd, Nico Collins, so you can catch some value there on the back end. And then in tight end premium, he's got some value. He's being valued as an early third to a late second round rookie pick. And guys you can trade for: Alec Pierce, Rondale Moore, and Wan'Dale Robinson. And this is all per the dynastyleaguefootball.com trade analyzer. The next tight end we're going to look at is an aging asset, but he's very productive. Everybody likes him, but sometimes you got to sell a year too early than a year too late, because that's something you want to do, because you don't want to be caught holding the bag. And we're talking about Travis Kelce from the Kansas City Chiefs. He's being drafted as the 35th player overall off the board in startup drafts and the tight end 3, and he's 33 years old, so he's an older, aging prospect. He's not getting younger. This season, though, had a 24.76% target share, had over 1,300 yards and 12 touchdowns. But as he gets older, that one injury season, that one down year, catches one of those, that value is going to sink. And he's holding value in startup drafts and on the trade analyzer. In one QB leagues, is being valued as a mid-first. And guys in his range that you could trade for, Chris Godwin, Jalen Hurts, and tight end premium, he's being valued around the 103. And that means he's got some value on the trade market. Other guys to look at: Deebo Samuel, Devonta Smith, Najee Harris. Other expensive assets in that range you can also make the offer for. So he's an expensive asset, even though he's 33 years old, a player you got to kick the tires on when it comes to trading him away, because the value's up there and his age is up there as well. The next player we're looking at here is a very expensive tight end. He's young. He's also very talented. So this is going to be very tricky, and you have to trade him at the right time. And he's holding value right now, and that's Kyle Pitts from the Atlanta Falcons. He's being valued as the 18th player off the board in startup drafts and the tight end 1. Still just 22 years old. He's got a lot of time left in his career. He had a 27% target share and 35% share of the team's passing air yards last year. 3 double-digit scoring games, but he had a down year due to the volume of the offense. It wasn't very explosive, but he was getting those threshold numbers that we like for a workload, and it just didn't happen. Missed the rest of the season with a knee injury. He's a tremendous talent, but he's in a scary situation, but the value is still high, so you may want to kick the tires, see if you can catch something in return. Trade value-wise, he's being valued as the 102 in one QB leagues. Javonte Williams, Michael Pittman, Najee Harris are guys that you could go after in one QB leagues. And then in tight end premium, he is expensive. He's worth more than the 102, but not as much to get Bijan Robinson. Players to go after in trade: Josh Jacobs, Drake London, Devonta Adams. At this point, really, where he's being valued, you can almost name your price. You're not up there with the top shelf guys, but you can get some value on the return. So you may want to just test the market, see what comes back at you. But to recap, we covered 5 risky tight ends that you can trade in Dynasty Fantasy Football. First one was Dalton Schultz, going to be a free agent, needs volume to be productive, and he may not be getting that in the future. Darren Waller's getting a change in situation, and he's an older prospect. Dawson Knox is just not getting the targets and hasn't been stable. Travis Kelce is 33 years old, and that other shoe might drop sooner than later. And then Kyle Pitts, high-value tight end prospect who can get you a lot on return, still very talented. So you're going to play that trade market right if you're going to deal him. Make sure you check out dynastyleaguefootball.com and 4for4.com for more fantasy football content. And if you're looking for more buy, sell, or trade advice, I got another video for you right there. Make sure you click on that. Check that out as well. And I'll catch you on the next video.